Welcome to Success Talks with Rodney Saulsberry. I hope you will support my sponsors who bring you this podcast absolutely free and with limited interruptions. I really appreciate you taking the time to listen. I'll get started in just a second.
The reviews are in. The latest book from voiceover superstar and coach Rodney Saulsberry is another runaway hit. Readers from all over the world are raving about his newest title, Tongue Twisters and Vocal Warm-Ups. You can find this and his other titles at the top of the voiceover bestsellers list on Amazon.com.
How to have a winning conversation. When you are trying to be successful in your career, you want to make sure that every conversation that you have with a potential employer is a conversation that is winning. In other words, you want to say things that help you win an opportunity to be successful. And one of the most important things to do when you get a person on the phone or in person, it's really important to listen. When you think about it, good listeners are usually successful people. You should also think about the economy of your speech. In other words, how much do you talk? How many sentences do you say before you take the time to listen? You need to work on being precise and succinct as well as brief. Get to the point. When you get to the point and when you are very brief, you give yourself a chance to listen. There may be times during the conversation when you feel like you just haven't said enough. Well, the answer to that is you probably are doing a good thing because you're listening and you're responding. You're responding to what is being said to you. So it's okay to initiate the question, but it's really important to listen to the answer. If for some reason you don't understand a response that you get, it's okay to say, could you clarify? Could you be more elaborate, please? I didn't quite understand what you were saying. If you don't hear a time that they want you to call back, it's okay to say, could you repeat that time again, please? Always be polite. Polite people also tend to be more successful people. When you make sure that you clarify what you're trying to say, and you make sure that people who are responding to you clarify what they're trying to say, the combination makes for a great winning conversation. I think it's also really cool when you let somebody know how much you appreciate what they're saying to you. In other words, you might repeat what they said to you. You may paraphrase it, for instance. Say the same thing that they said all over again. And when you do that kind of thing, when you repeat what they say, they're really happy because they know you're listening, first of all, and they know that you really liked what they said. Not in a phony way, but in a way that really stresses the fact that you think what they are saying is important. You want to have the feeling when the conversation is over. It doesn't matter if the conversation is long or short. You want to have the feeling when you hang up or when you walk away that something was accomplished. And if you do feel like something good was accomplished, if you do feel like you enabled yourself the opportunity to talk to this person again, then you can declare that conversation a winning conversation. And we'll be right back after this message. Has anyone ever said to you that you have a nice voice and you should get into voiceovers? Find out how to do that online in Rodney Saulsberry's voiceover online seminar for beginners only. You can find out what it takes to be a voiceover artist. And here's the beauty of this online seminar. You don't have to be there. When you register, you will automatically get a copy of the seminar. Go to my website at rodneysaulsberry.com and sign up today. Why do we always want to go after a winning conversation? To have a bunch of frivolous conversations throughout the workday that don't amount to anything, that don't amount to you getting work, that don't amount to you learning something about your craft, that don't amount to you making someone feel good, that don't amount to you making someone do better in life, that don't amount to you doing better in life because of a conversation, then it is not a winning conversation. So we want to go through the day having conversations that are winning conversations, because a winning conversation results in you winning better things in your life. And I'm not just talking about career, I'm talking about your life in general. And so we'll go back and review. Unsuccessful people spend almost every second of their lives only being concerned about themselves, only thinking about themselves. The conversations that they have are mainly about themselves. Successful people have a sincere interest in what you have to say. So, when you get the phone number for a possible connection, Know before you dial that number that you are prepared to be interested in them. That will make them more interested in you. That will make them try to meet the task of satisfying your need. Most successful people have the ability to listen. Lastly, I want to talk about the importance of remembering. You need to remember your winning conversations. And you need to jot it down that you had a winning conversation with this particular person. So many times we have conversations, we don't take any notes, and then we say, did I call such and such? I don't recall. And then when we call them, we don't know if we got what we want because we didn't take any notes. So it's really important to take notes when you have these conversations, especially if they're over the phone.
And we'll be right back after this message.
This is Sean Daly for dailyvo.com. I want to tell you about one resource I highly recommend for vocal warm-ups because it takes out all of the guesswork and it was purpose-built with voiceover in mind. It's called Rodney Saulsberry's Tongue Twisters and Vocal Warm-Ups with Other Vocal Care Tips. How's that for a title? So in case you don't know, Rodney Saulsberry is a top-tier talent and coach, motivational speaker, and author of several books on voice acting, including You Can Bank on Your Voice and Step Up to the Mic. The book is available in print and on Kindle, and you can find it at Amazon or Rodney's personal website, rodneysaulsberry.com, in the store section.
Learning how to have winning conversations is really important because it's the path to your success. Winning is not a game like I win and you lose. A winning conversation is a conversation where both of you win. If there are three of you, everybody wins. And you're doing everything that you can to make it a winning conversation. A winning conversation leads to more winning conversations, more work, and a positive, better, prosperous life. So do everything that you can today to learn how to have a winning conversation.
You can listen to any of Rodney's podcasts at any time. Go to rodneysaulsberry.com.
I hope you enjoyed this podcast, and I urge you to listen to future podcasts where I will continue to try and make you better than before. My goal is to point you in a positive direction to success, right here on Success Talks with me, Rodney Saulsberry.